bats with the wide. In the commentary box, with me is Raja Anjum. Good evening. Exciting time ahead of us with the Pak Afghans in the center with blade in hand.
Good evening, Devinder. I think we've got an absolute belter on our hands here. Pak Afghan going down in the first game. They'll be looking to make a strong comeback in this one. And on that occasion, Ajay pitching that ball slightly short of flank. The ball rising. Costa was quite happy to give that a bit of respect.
Ajay from the QCA end with slip in position, third man on the boundary, man at the point position on the boundary. The focus would be on hitting back of length and taking the ball away from the right-hander. Costa gets a short ball and gets it over. He lobs it over into the offside field for a single. He opens his account. They come in this contest with a lot of reputation as attacking players, the Afghans, Pak Afghans.
Yeah, didn't quite live up to the expectations in the first game, but here we are. They've got an opportunity to make amends. Salim played well in that first game, remember? And he's been promoted up the order as a result.
More changes in the field now. Men at the fine leg on the boundary, men at the point position on the boundary as well, on the offside. Rather, the third man is there on the boundary. Wide is third man. Backward point, you can say, in the deep on the boundary. Now they got both the fieldsmen on the onside. Inside the 30-yard circle, men at the mid-on and men at the square position. On the offside, they got third man and man at the point position. More changes in the field now. Slip, gully, third man, point, and backward point as well.
And this time plays it late, trying to guide that ball down to third man. Goes straight to the man at short third man. No run, so a watchful start here by Pak Afghan.
Haven't seen so many fielder in that position unless Ganguly was out there with a bat in hand. Slip man at the gully position, third man, point, and backward point, man in the covers. From over the stumps, left arm over the stumps, and he gets another wide.
Yeah, that delivery there perhaps was the answer to a question about why they have two men so fine on the offside, a fine third man, and then a man fine at that deep point region, sweeper rather. He'll be looking to move the ball away from the batsman.
Another dot ball achieved. Search for boundary continues in the first over. Normally like to deal in sixes and fours and sixes.
It's good to see Ajay sticking to his guns and bowling according to his field. As he comes into bowl, the fifth delivery of this over.
Will this be a boundary ball? Beaten. Too far outside the off stump again. Since he's got plenty of fieldsmen in that region through the offside. Slip, man at the gully, third man on the boundary, point on the boundary, backward point, man in the covers. He's making a conscious effort to keep it away from the left-hander. Is firing it too far outside the off stump. Short cover as well. Trying to whack it through the onside. Again missing out on a potential opportunity to get a boundary away through the onside, because they got man at the mid-on and man at the square leg inside the circle. Only two fieldsmen on the onside and 7 on the off. That's 2 in a T10.
Yeah, this time wide outside the off stump. Another wide in the over. He's been lacking a bit of control, although he's bowled according to his field in general.
Salim on to not yet open his account. Kosar opening the account with the single, 1 up 2. It's 5 for no wicket in the first over. Pak Afghan. This time gets it over the top of the cover and may not reach to the boundary, but there will be a couple of runs for Pak Afghan batters as Salim opens his account with those 2. The first over producing 7 runs.
Yeah, sticking to his plan in that first over, having that man fine at the third man region and then a sweeper as well, and then making sure that he bowls on good length, moving the ball away. So bowling according to field, as we see lots of people trickling in today, and this has been an excellent evening for everyone. People coming in, large numbers enjoying the game, people of all age groups.
A lot of support for Pak Afghan. A lot of people from Pakistan and Afghanistan, also from India coming and settling here in Qatar for the professional commitments and now taking time out in the evening under lights here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium, not far away from the industrial area here. Getting 7 from the first over.
It's been a watchful start here by Pak Afghan. Obviously a bit circumspect after what happened in the last game. They lost wicket on regular intervals and ended up on the wrong side of a collapse. So they just want to buy some time here, spend some time in the middle. It's good for them that they're batting first.
Fieldsman on the offside, on the boundary, third man and point. They got slip in position as well. Wants a single, bit of hesitation.
They've come out there with an intent, and it's good to see Salim being promoted up the order, reaping fruit for his efforts in the last game. One of the batsmen who stood out for Pak Afghan in that game as Anis walks into his run-up, bowling the second ball of the over. Similar feet set.
Gets it away through the offside. Room was given and he has cracked that one away to the boundary for 4.
There was width on offer on that occasion and he's absolutely creamed it through offside. No intentions of keeping that one down. Up and over. The intention was always to clear the inner ring, and he was able to do that to perfection. And he's just given away boundaries. The fielder has been moved at that sweeper position from the third man. This time he's used his feet but couldn't quite time it. Just edging that ball straight to the man at short third man.
12 for no wicket, a boundary through the offside from this over of the bowling of Anis. Plenty of left armers in the team. Beaten with bit of extra bounce and movement away. Good bounce in this surface. Normally in Asian conditions you find ball not rising even to the top of the stump height.
Yeah, vicious delivery on that occasion certainly took him by surprise.
Using his shoulder and getting the ball to bounce. This time he gets it over. That was a real thump given and it travelled all the way for a 6.
Well, he's continued from where he left in the last game. This time it was a similar delivery, but it goes on to show what happens when it doesn't bounce. All he had to do was make sure that it meets the meat of the bat, and that ball sailing across for the first 6 of the Pak Afghan innings.
A tight slap travelling all the way for a 6. It's a 6-4 and a single. 11 runs already from this over. A sudden lift in a scoring rate consisting of these 2 boundaries. Can he hit one more boundary? More changes inflicted in the field. Now man at the long off position on the boundary. This time cuts but finds the fielder. There is a fumble. bit of hesitation, eventually settling for a single. So 12 runs coming from the second over, and slowly getting into groove, the batters there. Korsar is on 2, Salim in particular producing those runs. 19 for no wicket. Ooredoo presents QCA T10 Ramadan Cup 2022, total of 16 teams participating, and it's possible only because of Ooredoo sponsoring this tournament, making sure that it goes live as well. It's connecting to the different part of the world as well, such as the network.
Ooredoo, the #1 telecom company in Qatar, bringing this Ramadan T10 Cup live to you, and it's been thanks to their efforts largely that we've had the opportunity to be thoroughly entertained in this holy month of Ramadan.
Powered by Elite Sports here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium and being produced by cricket clubs. Now they got third man on the boundary. Do they have a reactionary fielder on the boundary on the onside? Not quite on the boundary. Into the gap, not far away from that fielder, but has murdered it away to the boundary for 4 through the covers.
Yeah. On that occasion, it was full in his zone, and Akin Fakhr Zaman just getting his weight behind the ball and muscling that ball through the offside for 4.
Shamsher conceding boundary of the very first delivery. They got point and man at the extra cover on the boundary through the offside. This time he launches this one delightfully for 6. A pleasing contact and a viewing experience as well whenever he connects it.
Well, Pak Afghans have certainly come out, all guns blazing here. They're setting the cat amongst pigeons, a watchful start, and now they're really beginning to get going, that's for sure. Hold tight, guys. We are in for an absolute extravaganza of a night.
Shamsher conceding 10 of the first 2 deliveries. What's on offer? From round the wicket to left-hand batsman. This time it's been pulled away majestically. 1 bounce for 4.
Oh, he's beginning to get into his groove, that's for sure. Wasim, that was just disdainfully struck. A touch short, and he absolutely slapped that. A straight pull for 4.
Blizzing it straight down the ground. Ramadan T10 Cup 2022, match number 16. Pak Afghans in the house. A lot of support they're receiving from the fans, coming in from different parts of Qatar for this thrilling evening here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. 4, 6, 4. Beautifully bowled. Little bit of deviation of the surface, taking the pace of the ball as well.
And this over has looked like a telephone number so far, 464. And as a result, I think the legends have to call in the emergency services.
More counselling now from round the wicket, and it's been hammered away down the ground for a 6, rather from over the stumps, but it was picked beautifully and smashed straight down for a 6.
464.6. He didn't really like the dot there, and then deposited that 4th ball right off his presence once again. A lot of muscle, a lot of force behind that shot, and yet another maximum.
20 runs already from this over. Drastically lifting run scoring in this over. Utilizing the field restrictions to great effect. Can you finish it with a boundary? Salim on to 33 of 14. Down the track and flicked away through the offside, and they will take a single. 21 runs coming from the Shamsher over. It is 40 for no wicket in 3 overs.
He's beginning to cut loose here is Salim. It's been a one-man show for Pak Afghan so far, but it's mighty effective, that's for sure. A bit of touch coming in after he absolutely bludgeoned the bowlers in that over. The first ball, a bit like Fakhr Zaman, thumping it through offside. And that's how it started off in that over. And then lifting one over covers for a gargantuan 6 into the stands, into the crowd it went. And right after that, that ball pulled straight down the ground, 1 bounce 4. He had them running to all parts of the ground in that over and brought away an array of shots. As that last ball we see once again lifted straight down the ground. That's been his favourite area, and he absolutely made a mockery out of that over.
Vintage Sourav Ganguly against South Africa in South Africa, hitting Sean Pollock and company in the early 2000s. So that's been a prolific over from a batting perspective. Shamsir conceding 21 from that over to take the score to 40 for no wicket. The captain was of the opinion that if they manage 100, that would be enough. But looking at the start, you can expect much more from Pak Afghan batters.
Sabine is being driven once again, and that should have been stopped. Really sloppy piece of work down in the bomb boundary. That's the last thing they needed at this stage. You've got to support your bowlers in these types of situations, but they're under the hammer here, under the pump, and well, that's elementary stuff. You've got to feel for the bowler.
Powerfully struck, couldn't get down in nick of time to stop that one. Subin conceding boundary as well. Spin versus powerful batters in the center. They got a left-handed batter on 38 of the 16 deliveries. Full delivery.
Was that a caught and bowl chance there? Did he just miss it there, Sabine? It was a tough one. They're never easy when they come back at you in your follow-through. We'll have a look at that one once again. A harmless delivery. Wow, this is actually back live, and he's lifted it over extra cover. Got the height, not quite the distance, so just a couple in the end.
QCA T10 Ramadan Cup 2022 here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. It was a potential opportunity there on the follow through. Batsman thought that he had missed out on opportunity to get a boundary, 4 or 6. Bowlers thought possibility of getting wicket gone down. Now short third man in position is very, very fine. Brilliant in the field. That ball would have raced away to the boundary for 4.
I like the way he waited on that one till the very last moment. Salim could easily fall in the trap of trying to hit that ball over extra cover, but is slower in pace, so he can afford to play a shot that is much safer. Just wait on it, try to find the gap through point. Ominous signs here for legend CC. Pak Afghan are ruling the roost at this stage. They're completely in authority and command. Subin coming into ball. Oh, there's a big appeal for LBW. Fingers has been raised. We'll have to wait and see if that ball pitched outside the leg stump. He doesn't look very happy, does Kosa.
Oh, batsman was suffering across as well. Look at this one. From round the wicket to right-hand batsman looking to work through the onside. And that was almost pitching in line because the batter was suffering across, would have gone on to hit this time. So good decision from the umpire. Because of that movement, he was found in front. Normally, when you operate from round the wicket, ball pitches outside the leg stump, but not this time. He was not happy, the batter. He thought that was pitching outside the leg stump. Kosar goes for 2 of 4 deliveries, and Pak Afghan lose their first wicket. He's not happy at all. 47 for 1.
I think that ball was certainly going on to hit the stumps, and it was really full as well. The only question mark was whether that ball pitched outside the leg stump, and it seemed that it didn't. So another fair decision. Excellent job by the umpire once again. They've been absolutely on the money throughout this tournament. Another decision there which backs that comment up.
So spin delivering the result for the team. Legends, Subin getting the wicket in form of LBW. Isram Ullah, who missed out in the first match, scoring 9 runs, would like to entertain the crowd here, coming in good number to support the Pak Afghan team. What a time to come at, with the spinners in introduction and team up to a flying start. Good finish to this over. This has been an outstanding over from Subin, just conceding 7 runs and taking the wicket as well. 4 overs have been bowled here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. It's 47 for 1, where they are. The team Pak Afghan at the bottom of the table in a Group C with a -4 net run rate. Well, when Pak Afghans in action, normally it does not happen. Were beaten comprehensively, chasing a memo target in their first match. Legend CC also -0.79. They need to win, and win with a big margin to challenge Nihal 11 to find that spot in the playoffs.
Yeah, they're like wounded tigers at this stage, that's for sure, and they've come out with an intent. They've been hurt by that last game defeat, and just the right time for them to come out here and make a mark.
Military medium pace in operation here. Third man at the square leg on the boundary, man at the long on position as well, mid wicket inside the circle, who's very, very straight. Is now a man from the square region on the onside is coming inside the circle, and is sending the man at the sweeper on the offside and man at the long off position. And third man as well, 3 fielder on the boundary, fielders on the boundary on the offside for a left-handed batter.
A great piece of keeping there, really well saved by the keeper on that occasion, diving to his right.
Acrobatic save.
Looking at those fielders, and they're behind. Yeah, there's one now moving up from that deep fine leg region. But the captain's been quite adamant, especially when the left-hander's on strike, to have a man at third man and at that sweeper position on the offside. Couldn't quite understand the rationale for that. Because
now the third man on the boundary, point on the boundary, man at the long off position on the offside. They want another man in the offside position. Thinking about getting Gully in there for that bit of extra bounce, and if he decides to play the pull shot, top edge is traveling to that man. Appeal for caught behind. Huge appeal, and it's been entertained by the umpire. And Shani has struck a little bit of extra bounce, little bit of movement of the surface, looking to flay that ball through the offside. It's out caught behind.
yeah, Shani was really convinced the moment that ball went past the bat, he was up. It took a bit of time for the umpire to raise the finger. Couldn't really tell from here. He signaled to the umpire that there was no edge there, but obviously umpire is the best man to judge. Not very happy, Isramullah, as he has to go back. He's arguing with the umpire. No point arguing with the umpire now. A decision has been made and needs to be respected.
49 for loss of 2 wicket. Again missing out on the opportunity to get runs. He's not happy at all. He thinks that he did not nick it. He thought that that was a wide ball. Was appealing for the wide, was not given. He has been given out. He's not happy at all. 49 for 2. Adnan comes to the crease with the Salim going great guns. 41 of just 19 deliveries. He's stroking the ball beautifully. On the other hand, he's not getting the kind of support that he should be getting, especially with the strike rotation and with the kind of reputation that they possess with some attacking play from the other end as well.
Yeah, somebody needs to put their head down and just think about rotating the strike, giving it to the man at the other end. He is doing such a fantastic job. He's got an array of strokes to offer, and he's thoroughly entertained us, and all he needs to have is strike at the moment. Adnan walking out in the middle. We'll have to see how he goes about his business.
49 for 2 after winning the toss and batting first. This has already been an explosive start to this innings despite losing 2 wickets in last 2 overs. Turned away on the onside, and they will collect a hesitant single.
That's good cricket there by Adnan. Not trying to go from the word go. He needs to rotate the strike, get Salim on back on strike. He will be feeling a little bit of pressure now that he's lost 2 of his partners.
50 up though for Pak Afghans after winning the toss. 50 for 2, and Salim is on strike. 41 of 19. Can he complete his half century in this over? Just 2 strokes away from getting there. Looking at the way he's been going about getting his runs. This time he's out. Commentators curse, caught at backward a point position.
Oh, what a time to go. 3 wickets in quick succession, and that ball rising on him. No shame, really, to get out on a ball like that. Wasn't the easiest of balls to negotiate. Pitching at that good length within the line of the stumps. Surprising him a little bit and just taking the top handle. Lobbing a simple catch, and Pak Afghan now are in a spot of bother for sure. 50 for 3 and 4
2 wickets from this over. It's falling apart for the team. Pak Afghan. Salim goes for well made quick fire. 41. 50 for 3. All of a sudden, 2 wickets from this over. Wicket from the previous over. The spinners doing the job for the team. $50 for 3. Nasir comes to the crease. 2 new batters at the crease. All of a sudden, a lot changes when you lose 1 wicket. One brings another. And this has been a real shift in momentum. And they need to find a way to build the innings again. They need to consolidate for a few overs and then look to finish it on a high.
Yeah, they've got to find another Salim here from somewhere. At the moment, Legend CC are dictating terms. That ball way outside the off stump, signalled as a wide. They've gotten off to a good start, Pak Afghan. They should know that, and all the need is to capitalise on that good start. Legend CC, on the other hand, have found a way back in. The doors have been opened. Not what they were hoping for sure. And this time, down the leg side, it's missed everyone. It's running away to the boundary. A fielder has come across to cut that one off. We'll have to wait for the umpire's signal to see if that was a wide. No. Leg by signal.
Brilliant over so far from Shani, taking 2 wickets, breaking the backbone of the Afghan unit, taking the top order batters out in this over. 4 for 2 in a 0.3 overs, so 0.4 overs. 53 for 3. Again missing. They all are struggling with that offside play. They are brilliant through the onside, most of the players, especially through that mid-wicket region. They develop this tendency of playing everything through the onside because of the amount of tennis ball cricket that they play. So almost as they get into autopilot mode the moment the ball is delivered against them. Anything outside the off stump, anything that challenges their offside play. This time he lobs the ball up in the air. This could be caught and bowled, and he has achieved the speed. 3rd wicket from the over for Shani, and it is 53 for 4.
Yeah, it is absolutely mind-boggling the way they've been throwing away their wickets, and nothing short really. A loose stroke, not sure what he was trying to do there. A half pull, a half drive, half defence, I beg your pardon, and losing another wicket in the process. This is not good from Pak Afghan at all.
Can you believe it? 3 wickets from this over. 3 wickets for 4. That was a short lifting delivery, trying to whack it to the onside, then double mind whether to go for the shot or not. Eventually lobbing it back to the bowler. Nasir goes for not, and collapsing the Pak Afghans at the moment. 53 for 4. 3 wickets from Shani over.
I think going back to what you were talking about earlier, Devinder, Salim looked like a batsman who was able to play that ball through the offside and towards the long off region as well, just because he bats with a tighter upper hand. And as a leather ball batsman who's grown up playing technically, and somebody who's received coaching at a very young age, he knows how important it is to hold the bat tight with that upper hand. If you hold it tight with your bottom hand, you tend to play the ball comfortably through the onside, but then you struggle with the offside play. That's one area that's certainly going to be looked at after this tournament by these teams. The fact that they haven't really been able to play as well through the offside. And as Devinder goes for a tea break, it's just the right time to welcome Mr. Mikhail Goswami back in the com box.
Very good evening, Raza. What a turnaround this has been. The game of uncertainties just showing how it can play tricks. And the shift in momentum has put the tide in favor of the fielding side. Legends 11 are looking so good all of a sudden at the halfway stage. Two new batters in the middle means hard work begins here for Pak Afghan. Goes big, goes high, and it goes over the fielders as well. That was drilled, and he fetches maximum. Rather one bounce into the ropes.
Yeah, exactly what the doctor ordered on that occasion. It was pitched just outside that off stump, so a bit of width on offer, giving the opportunity to the batsman to play through the line, lifting it over aerial for a one bounce boundary. This is a welcome boundary for Pak Afghan because they were a bit concerned earlier by the fact that only Salim was able to get going. That was the case even in the last game as well, so a bit of a question mark on their depth in batting.
Better comeback delivery here by Naushad. Just when it looked like Pak Afghan were unleashing a barrage of shots in the middle, they got into self-destructive mode, Raza.
Yeah, absolutely. They only have themselves to blame for the position they're in right now.
Too close to cut. That's a very good line and length. That's a typical left-arm orthodox spinner's line if you look at it.
Having said that, Mikhail, that run rate is not too bad. 59 in 5.4 overs.
Once again, just throwing his bat at it. Oh yes, the run rate is good. The wickets column is causing the concern.
What they need is to stitch a partnership together at least for another couple of overs before they go all guns blazing.
This time over extra cover, inside out, in the vacant area. That'll go for another 4. The placement, and once it went over the fielder, it was always going to be 4. This is a very fast outfield, let me tell you.
Inside out, we haven't seen that shot played so often in this tournament. It's come out, and it's come out just at the right time for Pak Afghans. 2 boundaries in this over. So suddenly a bit of momentum back for them.
He had to manufacture this one. 6 gone, 63 for 4. Still maintaining that clip of 10 and over, which is very encouraging for the Pak Afghan side. Salim Gul 41 and 20. Almost laid the foundation, but he lost partners at the other end. Kosar, Isram and Nasir just not adding to the total. And now the resurrection act has begun. But one of them will need to take charge.
It could be Adnan. And this was, oh well, this ball looks very close. It's been given out. That was plumb in front. The batsman doesn't look so happy with the decision, but tell you what, that was going nowhere but into the stumps.
That was lobbed in the air by the bowler, tossed up, hit on the full this time. He had gone down on his knee, hit him on the back leg, and I wonder why is the batter not pleased at all, or why is he showing his frustration at the batter, at the umpire, beg your pardon. That looked right in front.
I think he missed a straight one there. Full. He was down on his knees. It hit his bad luck. They don't really come any plumber than that, tell you that. Showbiz picking up a wicket with this first ball, and as we've seen with bowlers of his type, the ones who've lobbed the ball up, given it a bit of flight, they have got a lot of purchase and also have been able to pick up wickets at regular intervals.
Showbiz strikes half the side in the dugout. Park Afghan are losing their way in the middle overs. Another tough delivery. This is way too ambitious for wicket number 2 for Showbiz. Yes, he's got one, courtesy a leg before decision. But that doesn't mean he keeps getting a few more.
It was the captain on that occasion, Zaheem Gul, trying to play that ball across the line. Remember, he's an off spinner, so the ball would have missed the stumps there. And this time again, there's a big appeal, and the umpire has moved away. Tell you what, that was probably a bit closer than the last one.
Yes, and leg bye signal by the umpire. So that could just add to a little bit of suspense as well as to what went wrong with the decision. As far as the bowler is concerned, just don't understand the plan here by Sirat and Zakim. Oh, he's been given. Oh, he's been castled rather. Nowhere in position to play that shot. The head falling all over the place. Just trying to convert that into a shimmy towards the mid-wicket region. But he's beaten all ends up.
Yeah, they've been bowling full in this over. Was flighted there once again, and for a moment I thought it was a full toss, but made a complete meal out of that one, the batsman, playing across the line, not playing down the wrong line actually, and allowing that ball to go through and hit the stumps. Sirat Ismail goes back for only 4 of the 5 deliveries he faced.
The fall of wickets will make for a very interesting discussion in the dugout as far as the Park Afghans are considered. 41 by the opening batter, and after that they've just crumbled. It's been a surrender. They've fallen over like 9 pins in the middle. There's absolute no resistance and plan shown so far by the Park Afghan side.
Yeah, it's been a collapse of epic proportions for sure, and barring one man, they've struggled to apply themselves out in the middle, playing cross-batted strokes. The position they were in at one stage, all they needed to do was rotate the strike, but that's one area that Park Afghan needs to work on going forward. Showbiz has picked up 2 wickets already, bowling wicket to wicket. And this time it was pitched full once again on that leg stump line, thumping it away, but just a single.
And what an over this has been by Showbiz. 2 wickets for him. He's just completely broken the back of the Park Afghan batting at the moment, and pretty much into the lower order at this stage.
With that kind of a technique, if you miss, you will be in trouble. You've got to be able to play the ball with a straighter bat. Yeah, once again, playing across the line, exactly what I was talking about. The umpire's unmoved. That looked extremely close. Not sure what went wrong, and the umpire rightly questioning the decision there. I thought it hit him right on the toe.
And interestingly, there's no signal by the umpire that it got the pads, which means there was some bat involved in it, and that's why the batter was lucky to get away. But that looked very close from here. Everyone thought that was close but the umpire. I'll tell you what, this pitch has once again started playing tricks, because this is the second consecutive game where we are seeing a low scoring encounter. The previous match, 84 for 6, what the Stallions got, and beg your pardon, the Challengers got, and in the chase the Stallions managed only 50. Once again out here, 67 for 6.
Absolutely, and as we talked about, there is a bit of wear and tear on that pitch, and it's only going to get worse in terms of deterioration as this tournament progresses. So tosses become all that more crucial. When the toss bat first, it's going to get slower, so I still think the 67 for 6 is not a bad score by any stretch of the imagination.
And because there's not much dew on the ground. That's why batting first becomes the only option left for captains winning the toss. Subin will be bowling the 8th over. Oh, he goes big, but he's been castled. He tried to stand and deliver. Didn't quite get underneath that one. Was trying to launch into it. Subin strikes in his very first delivery. And another wicket falls here for the Park Afghan side.
Yeah, the blueprint has been quite clear here by the legend CC. Ball full, ball straight, you miss, I hit.
Exposing all his 3 stumps on this occasion. And playing the wrong line once again. What a turnaround we've seen. Nasir Ahmed departs. The skipper, Nakeem rather. Zakeem. I saw this. Yeah, actually it's a new batter. Immediately he updated. That's why. Zakeem was coming or going out? Zakeem came out. And the new batter was. Nasir Ahmed, the new man in, and he comes in at a time when all the others from the dugout have just come back in quick succession. I'll tell you what, I don't know about the plan in the mill, but the instruction is clear. Go play golf and not cricket.
Well, and a golf shot that is, for sure.
That's been teed off in style. What a shot.
Absolutely. I mean, if you can play golf and play it well, there's no harm in that. But the ball is coming on off the wicket and not off the turf, as is the case with golf.
The aim is to hit as many sixes once again. Just bludgeoned down the ground. Got the batter on the way to long off.
A bit of baseball skills would do as well with the Legends bowler bowling full. And a few of those deliveries have been full tosses as well. So, yeah.
I'll be more than happy to employ the slow bowlers, particularly the spinners on this surface. This time play towards the extra cover region. They're running the first run fast. And they'll complete 2 very easily. So some impetus here. And some unlikely hope of a huge total being constructed. Good over this for Park Afghan. 9 already off it.
A bit of much needed momentum here this time. It wasn't there to be pulled. It was full. It was straight. I'm not sure what he was trying to pull that delivery. Maybe trying to play a bit of badminton or table tennis.
Just playing the wrong length on this occasion and playing across the line as well. Very poor shot selection by Park Afghan in this game. He should have moved forward, plonked his left foot forward. He did otherwise, and he's just outdone, or rather undone himself in the middle.
Yeah, I think it was premeditated. He'd already decided before the ball had bowled where he was going to hit it. He was eyeing that onside area. That's exactly where, obviously, they feel comfortable hitting the ball.
Maybe the influence of playing a lot of tennis ball cricket as well can creep in sometimes. The natural tendency is, if the ball is bowled so slow, you rather wait for it and go on the back foot and pull it, because the tennis ball with that appreciable bounce will always give you the chance to play across the line.
Yeah, and I think what people do when they play tennis ball is they hold the bat extremely tight with their bottom hand. And once you do that, you naturally get that urge to hit across the line. And on that occasion, once again, the mantra has been quite clear. The ball's full, the ball's straight, you can't afford to miss it. He's missed another one, and another one goes down.
Elementary stuff here by the Pak Afghan side. And for that matter, the legends are keeping it simple, sticking to the basics. You miss, I hit formula, working to the tee here for them. And they're all over the Pak Afghan side. What looked like a promising start and what looked like a very big total for the Afghan side now seems like capitulation. Nasir Ahmed departs for 4, 76 for 9 in the 9th over. This is very difficult, rather getting very difficult for the Pak Afghan.
Look at his head again. It was all over the place. It was moving to the onside, and so was the direction of his blade. A delivery that should have been played on merit straight down the ground. I think Legend CC have worked this betting lineup up well. They've decided that they're going to bowl full, they're going to bowl straight. Most of their deliveries hitting the stumps, deadly accurate, not giving them any room at all to play their shots. Once again, a similar delivery, and that's right in the park. That should be out. Oh, I thought that was dead in front. Maybe a bit of bat on it.
Maybe going down leg, smiles all around, but another very close call. Just wonder what's the approach here by Pak Afghan.
Might be bowled out here inside the first 9.
Finally, some bat to ball. Otherwise, it's only been swing and misses, and the timber has been disturbed.
Yeah, I'm impressed by the discipline shown by Legend CC here. They've kept it straight and simple. Showbiz in his run up to bowl the 4th ball of this over. Once again, it was flighted up.
I'm surprised with that approach. We've seen so many wild swings, and in between that, you get a front foot defense as well. Very encouraging.
Yeah, a bit of an anti-contrast there, a bit ironic, but yeah.
Oh, that looks plumb. That's right in front. You thought he would want to defend that ball, but this pattern of play has baffled all of us here. It's come play across the line and go back to the dugout this evening for Pak Afghan. That scorecard has a lot of single digits, let me tell you.
Yeah, they've opened those floodgates up for sure. Pak Afghans haven't really been able to cope with that ball pitching up and going on to hit the stumps. Their feet have all been at sea and their minds left at the dugout.
Oh yes, we only hope they don't leave it while coming out to field, because they don't have a big target to defend at the moment. Bowled out for 77. We don't see it very often in the Ooredoo presence. QC Ramadan T10 Cup powered by Elite Sports. And look at that batting card. Minus that 41, 206041370. Hello, we are calling SOS, Mayday, Mayday, Mayday for the Pak Afghan side. And in the end, it's the extras that got to double figures, and only one batter after that. The rest just capitulated, surrendered, and put up a very, very mediocre batting effort.
Yes, we look at that bowling card over there, quite impressive. 4 wickets there at the bottom by Showbiz. He was the star of the show for sure, only giving away 4 runs, 2.18 to the over. Everybody came to party. Ajay Kumar at the top, bowling 1 over for 7 runs. There were lots of other bowlers used as well. Shamsher in the middle was probably the most expensive, giving away 21 runs in that solitary over. But apart from him, you see Sabine Bubu picking up 3 wickets, him and Shani picking up 3 wickets each actually, and Noshad bowling that 1 over for 9 wickets at regular intervals. Wickets are plenty in this game. They kept losing the plot, they kept losing those wickets at regular intervals, and as a result, they have only managed 77 for 10 with those 12 extras in this innings. And I get the feeling this might just need extra piece of work in the field from Pak Afghans if they are to win this one.
This is how things panned out. They began with good intent over here. It was a good start as the batters decided to take the attack to the opposition. They took their chances, they improvised, they used the restrictions to best effect. They played over the infield, some over the ropes as well, as the start looked very promising for the Pak Afghan. This after they won the toss and decided to bat first. Down the ground as well, firmly hit towards covers. They were mixing caution with aggression and playing on all sides of the wicket. And just when they looked like things were going in their zone, there another 6 over extra cover, another delightful hit. That 1 over was treated disdainfully. Again, stand and deliver. That was authority and complete power behind the shots. It was one batter calling the shots as he got to 41 runs. That again launched into this, getting underneath it and going over the ropes. It was looking like Pak Afghan were staring at a total over 100. But once the slow bowlers came into play, this one as well, nicely driven, very poor fielding effort at the ropes as the momentum was with the batting side.
Yeah, you look at the wagon wheel here and you'll see Salim was able to play a lot of those deliveries through the offside and straight down the ground, something that the rest of the Pak Afghan batsmen have really failed to manage in this innings. As we look at all those LBWs in this innings, full and straight, that had been the mantra for Legend CC here. They've been able to execute those lines and lengths really well. This time it was way outside the off stump. The batsman found fishing and losing his wicket in the process. And Salim finally going for a well-made 40-odd runs. It was a surprising delivery, once again lifting at the last second. And that was a nothing shot, really. Half drive, half defence, catching practice in the end. And the wickets just kept falling. There was a bit of recovery in the middle with a couple of sixes, a couple of boundaries being hit. But that just wasn't good enough because they kept losing wickets at regular intervals. There was an inside-out shot played as well. The first of this tournament, I think. So, yeah. It was all too little too late, I think, as they kept losing wickets in similar patterns. Lots and lots of LBWs just not being able to cope with that line and length, trying to play across the line, really ambitious and losing their wickets. That was how the captain departed, Zaheem Mungal. And another wicket you see there, completely bamboozled, cleaned up by a Legend CC bowler. And yep, you see every dismissal has been an action replay of the previous one.
And the batters coming, falling, never really learn from the mistakes committed by the earlier batter. They're again exposing all 3 stumps, going for glory, trying to hit in the cow corner region. All tossed up delivery. This one was Nasir just taking off and getting that big mighty 6 over the bowler's head. But it was more of entertainment value because he didn't last long either. That's been the story for them. Again, just playing the wrong length and castled over there. This is how things panned out for Pak Afghan. Once again looking for that mighty heave over mid-wicket, exposing 3 stumps, batting from inside the crease. And then this, of course, as well, another decision that looked very close, but the umpire felt it was maybe drifting down leg. What an over this turned out to be. And finally, it was a story of absolute agony there for the batters because they all just capitulated and crumbled and surrendered and were bowled out for 77 runs in this fixture against the Legends Cricket Club.
Yeah, I think to say that the Pak Afghan batsmen had to go out there and play with a straight bat would be an understatement. That's for sure. And as we head into the second innings, it's just the right time to welcome Devinder back into the comm box. Devinder.
Welcome back to the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. The chase is on. We're coming to you live in game number 16 on day 8 of Ooredoo Presents QCA Ramadan T10 Cup powered by Elite Sports. Legends Cricket Club in pursuit of 78 against Pak Afghan, who've just put up a very, very ordinary display, batting first as they were bowled out for 77. In the box giving me company this evening, Devinder Kumar. Good evening, Devinder.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you very much. Good evening to everyone around the globe tuning into this broadcast coming in from the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. A disappointing performance in the batting department, a dismal performance. A lot of expectation coming into this game from Pak Afghan, the kind of quality they possess with attacking stroke play that was not visible tonight.
All set for ball number 1 in the chase. That's a wonderful delivery with the ball holding its line on this occasion.
But still, you cannot write this team out of the contention here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium because of the nature of the surface, doing a few tricks here. If you get that back of length region around the off stump and can take the ball away from the left-hand batter, there is every chance of getting nick or top edge and getting caught.
We saw 84 being defended earlier in the day, Devinder.
United Challengers doing it successfully. And they did. This is another fine delivery, movement and a bounce away from the left-hander.
2 top-class deliveries here by Nasir. Just coming at an angle to the left-handed batter, pitching it in the right area, and just taking off from the back of the length spot, asking questions.
Batting can be a troublesome area for Pak Afghan, but whenever you talk about Pak Afghan, bowling lineups always world-class.
In no position to pull whatsoever. 3-dot balls, and all of a sudden you feel the pressure is getting onto the batting side.
If they lose 1 or 2 wickets early in the search for boundaries to utilize the power play conditions, also the new hard ball, they would like to get as many runs as possible with the field up, because scoring runs when the field is spread out will be a tough task.
They may not have much on the board, but the captain believes a slip in place is not a bad idea. This time again, the umpire signaling wide.
That was a borderline case, the angle taking it away from the left-hand batter, but good areas to operate it from over the stumps, taking the ball away from the left-hand batter. That ball did not rise to the expectation of the batsman there. Early wicket is the need here for Pak Afghan.
Down the leg, just spraying it on both sides of the wicket, unable to settle to a line.
With the fielder on the boundary at the fine leg, who is very, very fine, almost right behind the wicketkeeper and man at the third man position on the offside. So the focus is on hitting good length or back of length and trying to keep the ball around the 4th stump.
Legends off the mark, courtesy a few extras. Oh, slip in place, edged, but that'll fall safely towards the third man region.
Spongy bounce is throwing his bat around, playing with the soft hand as well. It's going away from that fielder inside the circle and away to the boundary for a single. Astonishing first over so far, 2 wides, but the channel has been consistent, the length has been consistent.
And so is the bounce, Devinder. That new ball does get that bounce and movement as well under lights.
Can he take wicket in his first over?
Oh, he's picked that one. This time he's played it towards the square leg region. Finally, he breaks the shackles with a much needed boundary. The swivel was there in the crease.
Extra pace on the ball and also the angle with fine leg on the boundary was very, very fine. Square leg inside the circle, swivel and pull, and it was a controlled pull shot for 4.
Just overrunning on this occasion, but I like the bounce Nasir is getting.
Considering a boundary, but an excellent first over so far from him. They need to be backed up by the fielders there. When you're defending 76, you need more agility in the field. Could turn out today. The spectators coming in large numbers supporting Afghan in particular, disappointing performance with bat in hand, but great to see the Thursday evening, and holiday is scheduled for tomorrow on Friday and Saturday. Expect a lot of people to come in and watch good entertaining cricket here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium.
Oh yes, it's a weekend here now. Building into the weekend, so I'm sure it's going to be a festive mood. And teams like Mark Hors and Pak Afghan do have a lot of support in this part of the world, Devinder.
Also Bangla Tigers, though they haven't been good with bat and ball, still a lot of following back in the nations in Bangladesh, also in Kolkata, sporting hubs.
Shoaib has been handed over the duty to bowl the second over. He'll be coming in from the elite sports end. Slip in place for him as well, attacking despite having a very meager total on the board. Contest on the cards. Shani has looked good, has got a boundary as well. He's pulled this one handsomely and just over the fielder at backward square leg. It was teasing him for a while, but that had enough willow to clear the ropes.
A confident stroke, a brave stroke as well, because they had the fieldsman in position there at the square region. A little bit of extra bounce, but he controlled it well, decided to go over rather than trying to keep the ball down, which was a good decision, and hence taking the ball away to the boundary for a 6. Good positive start to the over from Shani. 11 of 3. More changes in the field now. They're getting the man at the widest slip in position there on the offside.
This time Fuller just wanted to launch into that one. They'll steal a single.
Almost yoked himself, trying to whack it through the onside, getting the bottom edge of the bat, and luckily it did not go on to hit the stumps.
The intention wasn't bad on that occasion. The execution was where everything went a little haywire. But it's turned out to be a good start despite all the slip-ups in the middle. Legends have just found a move on.
7 already from this over. 6 and single. Where he's going to pitch this one. So a short lifting delivery being taken for run 6, and then almost Yorker resulting in a single. Third man up. Fine leg up in the circle.
Very good delivery once again. Back of the length, generating pace and bounce.
Good to see running in so well and hitting the deck and getting the ball to bounce. A little bit of extra lift. No wonder he's not committed to play the shots through the onside because of that extra lift. With fielder on the boundary though at the mid-wicket position.
Once again, it's the channel that he's maintaining. He's been so good altering his line and length to the left and right combination.
Yeah, accuracy and control, and bowling with a lot of venom as well. Better getting hurt in the process of executing that shot. Fantastic facilities here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. The outfield is world class. So have the pitches been in this tournament as well. Located on the outskirts of Doha, Qatar, and seating facilities as well, with the breeze blowing across the stadium, giving cooling effect to everyone. And in the month of Ramadan, it's a festive atmosphere here, spirit lifting experience for the spectators to come here and witness the game of cricket. They following it on the mobile phones as well, the live broadcast of this event going on various apps and also YouTube channels as well.
Yes, it's been beamed world over on the digital platforms. A sprawling facility, the Asian Town Cricket Stadium, and the cricket as well. The quality of cricket on offer needs special mention. Oh, he pulls this one. He's got it right from the screws, and that's cleared in emphatic style. What a shot.
They play a lot of tennis ball cricket and quite adept at playing the pull shot. The moment he got the ball in that region, he had hammered that one away. High and handsome for a 6. Reminiscent of that shot, Keddick versus Tendulkar at Durban in the 2003 Cricket World Cup.
That became a visual for every Indian, as a visual that they reminisce every now and then. But this time around, Shani getting into position very early. Fuller this time down the leg. It's been a wide. Oh, look at the wicket keeper. He needs to control his emotions. That's why it's very important you stay within the parameters of conduct and discipline.
So was there any connection with the pad or bat? He was shuffling across. He thought that might have gone, but missing between his legs. So I can understand the emotions being shown by the wicketkeeper.
Oh yes, on replay it did look like the ball went between the legs of the batter, and that's exactly what the wicketkeeper was trying to state as well to the umpire. Just that his representation was a little too over the line.
They play with the passion, a lot of passion. That was the most unique delivery that I've seen on the cricket field for many years now.
Well, that'll be regarded as a dead ball because that ball went everywhere but on the 22 yards. On replay, you'll see what really happened.
Astonishing.
I don't think so there's much due for the ball to slip out of the hands. But there you see, boom, it goes somewhere else. It goes perpendicular. We are back live now. This time he's played it over the mid-off region. That'll trickle towards the long-off boundary. Another 4 for the Legends Cricket Club.
18 coming from this over from Shoaib. Good shot. Did not try to hit it hard, just in the channel. Looking to just lift it over the top of mid-off, inside the circle. Just lifting it over him and traveling to the boundary for 4. An effortless boundary straight over the top of the man at mid-off. Runs coming thick and fast. 18 coming from this Shoaib over. I remember Shoaib Akhtar being hammered for 18 in that ICC World Cup, ODI World Cup 2003, Centurion Park, South Africa.
Devendra, our co-commentator Raza Anju may not remember the stats of Shoaib Akhtar going for 18 and over, let me tell you that.
That was an exhilarating evening. Ajay, Jayakumar, 1 of 6, and Shani is betting on 22 of just 6, and that's how Tendulkar started in that innings, chasing 273.
Well, let me tell you what's happened in the process now. Only 51 is needed in 48 deliveries. That's what a good start can do when you're chasing a total or chasing a target. The foundation has been laid, and now they can just be on cruise control towards the target. Down the leg. Fine leg, as you said, is positioned very straight. Keeps it to 1.
One thing they should be thinking about is that improving their net run rate, it's in minus at the moment, so they would like to win it as quickly as possible and would like to maintain the similar tempo in the batting department with 6 more deliveries to go in the mandatory power play overs.
Oh yes, most teams in this phase of the competition need to be aware of the net run rates because almost 50% of the teams are ending up on the same points at this stage, and that's why the net run rate will play a huge role in their progress. This time, well, he's just been undone by a very poor shot selection. Nowhere to be pulled, and he's castled.
That habit of playing the pull shot on the bouncy surfaces this time around, this ball staying shade low as well and going straight, looking to play it across the line, was beaten. And ball going on to hit the stumps is out. Bowled. Breakthrough achieved. 29 for 1.
How many batters this evening have been dismissed in similar fashion? They've either been trapped in front or castled playing across the line. Shani was looking so good. Played some delightful strokes down the ground and over the ropes. Goes for 22. Most batters in this competition have been in self-destructive mode, Devendra.
First thing first, the format. It demands attacking, stroke making, and you got to go scoring runs straight away. So not much of time to allow your subconscious mind to take over. So consciously they are programmed to play these shots under pressure. And once you're programmed to play those shots, normally you summon those shots, and that's where they've been...
and this is where maturity comes into play, Devendra. They're going at a run rate of 13.38. That asking rate is somewhere close to 7.78. Why would you want to do anything silly is the question. And this is where exposure and experience also comes to the fore. And that's why this platform is equally important for them to ascertain and analyze their approach going forward.
Yeah, also you need to adjust to the pitch conditions as well. Also bowling attack leather ball as well. So a lot needs to be learnt in the process of winning matches here. It's going fine. Might not travel to the boundary. There is a protection also.
But for that wicket, it's been a very good power play session here for the Legends Cricket Club. With the field restrictions in, they've made maximum use of it.
Plenty of shots. That's a digital scoreboard here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. All the facilities available. Required rate is 6.
And that's exactly what I was pointing out, Devendra. You don't need to do anything silly at the moment. You've done your job in the power play. For the rest to just come and play the remaining 10 overs.
Up and over. And how good the shot is. It's too good. It's gone for 4.
That was short and wide. License. And once he went over the infield, it was always going to be 4. That's because this is a lightning fast outfield. Third man giving up the chase on that occasion.
This is a Rishabh Pant generation of players playing the shots through the offside, looking to go for the lofted shots. They had the fieldsman in place at the third man region. Jayasuriya was quite adept at playing the shot in the 90s.
It's again turning out to be a very costly over. Oh, Jayasuriya did fancy that shot as well. Quite often the naughty was also undone. Remember the 1996 World Cup rather. Sanjay Manjrekar at third man taking that catch of Javagal Srinath.
Tendulkar getting brilliant half century. Was it a century in that match? This time beaten. Is there a nick? He is walking. He did not have to wait for a decision from the umpire. He knew the moment he made the connection, decided to walk away. A wicket found with a little bit of extra lift.
Oh, just flashing his blade outside the off stump. No foot movement. Playing away from the body. Wicket number 2 in this over goes here for the Legends. They're making life difficult for themselves. 36 for 2 in the third over. And Pak Afghan are slowly coming back into this game.
Ajay, the batsman, out. Caught by Sirat Ismail behind the stumps of the bowling of Nasir. So 2 wickets in quick succession. 36 for 2. 2 new batters at the crease. Nasir Ahmed getting 2 wickets for 17 was expensive in the first over, conceding boundary, few wides in this over as well, but eventually striking. Russell comes to the crease, 12 runs against his name in his solitary appearance.
They need to stitch a partnership now. This target looks well within their grasp. They're only making it slip out of their hands by playing some very casual shots in the middle. Russell and Jitesh, 2 new batters, still to get off the mark. What a time for Nasir to be generating pace.
Another fine delivery. Angle in. And then movement and bounce away. That was a peach of a delivery. A typical test match wicket-taking delivery.
Devendra, what we've seen on the surface is if the bowlers bend their back, they will get something out of it, particularly the pacers. We've seen it time and again on the surface.
The pitch curator has done an excellent job. Shakil rolling and watering in this extreme heat in Doha. This time just making sure that he protects his stumps rather than try to manufacture any shot there. This has been great comeback over from Nasir Ahmed.
Oh yes, he's been a little wayward. He's conceded a few extras, but in the process he's also accounted for 2 wickets. It's been a mixed bag of an over, but he's done well.
Finishing well is key. And he knocks him over. Yet another wicket. Middle stump is out of the ground. 3 wickets from Nasir Ahmed from this over. Is this the game-changing over?
What an over this has turned out to be. This time around, just playing the wrong line. And he's been castled. Nasir has struck for the 3rd time in his over. And all of a sudden, the momentum has once again shifted. Just what we saw when Pak Afghan was batting. After they lost that first wicket, It was a procession, and this time Russell departs for 0, and Legends have lost 3 wickets in the third over. This power play has been a dramatic, dramatic turn of events.
Yeah, from getting up to a flying start to losing 3 wickets from the third over. Quite a power play.
Oh yes, Nasir is the man. 3 wickets for him. We'll take a look at it as well. First one, just playing the wrong line again, playing across the line rather, to a fuller delivery. That was more of a tennis ball shot. Then this one, fishing and flashing the blade outside the off stump, getting a faint edge on the way to the wicket keeper. Wicket number 2 for Nasir. Umpire not hesitating in lifting his hand on that occasion. And this one, the best of the 3 deliveries. The ball holding its line and uprooting the stumps. What a start here for Nasir.
Excellent delivery, the final one to take that wicket. Pitching in line, holding its line. It was a pitched up delivery, accounting for the batter there. 36 for 3. 3 wickets from the previous over. Anwar comes out with the ball now. Will be introduced from the industrial street end. Scoring at the rate of 12, but 3 wickets from the third over. Still persisting with that field. Wide is slip in position. Or rather, short third man now going on the edge of 30-yard circle. Is he going back on the boundary, right behind the wicket keeper? That's where he is standing. The short third man at the fine leg, man at the square leg position, and they got man at the long on, long off, and sweeper on the offside. Third man is up, and he bowls it wide.
Now Anwar needs to be careful over here. He can't undo the good work done by Nasir. 3 wickets in the last over. He needs to keep things tight because you have 2 new batters in Jitesh and Subin. A wicket or 2 here. It's match on.
.37 for 3 after 3 overs. Need 41 to win from 7 overs. 42 balls, 41. This time he guides the ball beautifully. It's a lush green outfield and the ball travels beautifully to the boundary for 4. Fraction shot outside the off stump. Nikhil goes for a tea break and in comes Raja Anjum. That was some shot.
Yeah, it's been a rollicking start as well by the Legend CC. And that last ball, he was just waiting on that one till the last second and then just guiding that ball between that backward point and point region. These 2 batsmen are conventional in style. Subin and Jitesh, technically correct.
Bouncer. Jitesh getting off the mark with a delightful shot. Receives a bouncer now from Anwar. A typical fast bowler's response after being hammered for 4. Long off, long on, man at the mid wicket on the square leg on the boundary. And mid wicket is inside the circle, so just 2 men on the boundary on the onside for the right hand batter. So focus would be on 4th stump line.
Yeah, beaten on that occasion, trying to fish that ball outside the off stump. Yeah, the good thing for Legend CC at the moment is that they don't have to do anything out of the ordinary. They're well placed at the moment with only 37 required of 6.3, 5.69 to the overs. It's just regulation cricket. That's all what's required for them to get over the line.
Why they're trying to play too many aggressive shots? Because net run rate. That's the problem for Legends as well. Losing the first match with big margin. And that's where they want to rectify. Well, this time around, in last couple of overs, the bowling has been spot on from Afghan bowlers, losing 3 wickets from the previous over, giving the unsettling experience to the team after getting up to a flying start, chasing modest total.
Yeah, they need to try and get there as quickly as possible, but make sure they don't lose their wickets in the process. Batting first, remember, they can obviously push their cases for a higher run rate. Batting second, obviously, it's a little more challenging.
At the moment, the focus is on rebuilding, consolidating the innings here by taking singles and twos. They already got a boundary, also widen singles, so 6 runs, that's what they require every over, and 6 runs have been scored, so there is no need to take that undue risk. Once you get very close, then you can take your chances and can finish the match quickly.
I completely agree with you there, Devinder. As Anwar Badshah comes into bowl, the last ball of this over, full and outside the off stump. Not sure what they're going up for there. The ball pitching right after it left the batsman's bat, so a bit ambitious in nature, that appeal.
Sense of excitement when Pak Afghan playing together here. That's been the challenge. So that's the situation. This is how it has been progressing at the moment. After getting off to a flying start, those 3 wickets, given the real setback to the team legends in the chase. The run scoring has gone down in the last couple of overs, and at the moment 42 for 3. A fantastic, thrilling evening here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. Great entertainment for the spectators coming in, good number, watching bouncing deliveries, some pitch-up deliveries from Nasiri in particular, pitching in line. There was some exhibition of fast bowling, clinical with his execution of those deliveries, the in-swinging deliveries, the out-swinging deliveries, those bouncers, the line in length, and a good pace as well.
Yeah, this is an extravaganza of an event, this one, the blockbuster event that we were all looking forward to, and it did look like one when we started off things tonight with Pak Afghan batsman, particularly Salim coming out and going all guns blazing with his bat, and at one stage it did look like he was going to take the game away from the Legend CC, but how well did Legend CC got back into the game, making regular breakthroughs and then restricting Pak Afghans to an extremely gettable total.
Attacking the stumps. Nasir into the attack from the QCA end. Also the kind of bowling lineup that they form, plenty of fast bowlers in this Pak Afghan unit, and they've been accurate. The experience of playing competitive cricket in Pakistan in particular, even at the club level, you find good quality fast bowlers getting the underage and getting it through to the keeper in the process.
Yeah, so there's a signal by Subin. He wants Jitesh to keep his head down, play the ball on merit. There's no need to rush here. That's the signal. Even though there are a couple of dot balls, they only need 1 or 2 boundaries to get that run rate going. Well, it's already well placed at the moment. This time it was a touch wide, an opportunity for that man at wide slip, rather at short third man, I beg your pardon. Outstretched hands, evading them, and the ball fairly races away for a boundary.
It was full delivery, trying to work the ball through the offside, was going away from that ball, just slicing it or scooping it through the offside, not far away from that fielder. Ball raced away to the boundary for 4. A lucky boundary in that sense, was not in control of the shot, but the pace helping to better scores, and hence there will be change in field as well. Men going on the boundary at the third man region, and fine leg is coming up in the circle.
It is a reactionary change. Just looking at the situation right now, they've got 1, 2, 3 fielders inside the ring. Everybody else is a boundary rider apart from the keeper, of course.
Now they're pushing the man at the fine leg on the boundary as well.
The fine leg goes back as well to the boundary, and that's a magnificent shot all across the carpet. That has come off the top drawer of the coaching manual.
We waited for a quality stroke in T10 as well. That was pitched up delivery, giving a bit of room to himself and minimum effort. The timing, the connection, the placement, and the ball zooming across the outfield. It's a delightful shot to witness here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. shot of a very high quality.
This brings about another field change. The third man and the fine leg are coming up inside the ring. So they are now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 men inside the ring. In fact, the captain sends the third man back. But it's good to see that extra fielder inside the ring. They can perhaps contemplate. Well, a loud appeal for LBW. The umpire's moving away. He's not interested. So yeah, I mean, just going back to that point, I think they can contemplate having another man inside the ring. They need wickets at this stage, and they need to stop those singles. Just invite some shot play from Legend CC here. Make them make a mistake. Just bring the fielders in.
Yeah, that's how they can win the game from this stage in play. Not many runs, 26 to win. This is the only way. Having additional fieldsmen inside the circle. And he's beaten outside the off stump. There's a movement away from right-hander. This has been top-class effort from the batting unit. Despite losing those 3 wickets in 1 over, they are in the hunt of winning this one and winning it convincingly because of that start in first 2 overs. Still, they're maintaining the run rate at 10.40. Plenty of scrapers in the chase as well. A lot of expectation coming into this game. Watching towering figures from the Afghans, but they were quite brilliant till the 5th over. After that, it was batting collapse, and hence getting bowled out inside 10 overs for 77. The first team to be all out within 10 overs in this competition on day number 8, the match number 16.
I think apart from overs number 3 and 4, you could see the Legend CC buildings high and above the Park Afghan buildings. So that obviously is an indication of how Legend CC have gone about their business this evening, going ahead on run rate. It obviously helps that they know what target to get. And it's not a huge one to get for sure. And this time he plays it away through the offside. He's found the gap. Will they be coming back for the second? No. Quickly across the field was that fielder from deep long off. So just a single in the end. Salim has been introduced into the attack. He played so well with the bat. He's got to do some magic here with the ball. Can he provide them with a breakthrough?
Not only 1 wicket, they need wickets in heap, maybe 3 wickets from the over to turn the momentum. 53 for 3. This time, a bit clumsy behind the stumps. It will be signaled as wide as well. 24 more required to win this match for the team Legends in the chase.
Yeah, it would be an abject surrender if they don't bring the fielders into that inner ring. They need to be aggressive in their mindset, look for wickets, and that will obviously restrict the flow of runs as well. Wide outside the off stump. That ball just dying as it came to the batsman.
Subin, who changed the momentum while bowling, taking wickets in his first over, breaking that partnership when Pak Afghan team was going berserk. He's at the crease now, yet to open his account. .54 for 3, cruising along the Legends here in the QCA T10 Ramadan Cup at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium, Doha, Qatar. 54 for 3. Salim needs to take wicket as well. He was brilliant with the bat. Now chipping in with ball as well.
I think a lot of credit needs to be given to the organisers, QCA, the sponsors, Ooredoo and Prime Sports, the pitch curators, the umpires. They've all joined hand, they've all worked together and made this happen.
Well, it's a teamwork outside the field, off the field and on the field as well. It is not only the 22 cricketers taking the central stage. Umpires, they also work in combination in team. The match referee this time was there an age? There was a lot of excitement behind the stumps.
Yeah, that's the third dot ball of the over, and the required run rate just creeping up a little bit, but it's more than manageable at this stage. It's 5.676 to the over.
Ooredoo presents QCA T10 Ramadan Cup 2022, day number 8 of the competition, match number 16. Total of 31 league matches, and then the final on 22nd. Push down the ground for a comfortable single, will retain the strike as well. 55 for 3. So chasing modest total, Ajay Kumar was out early 5 for 8, but contributed in that partnership, which was dominated by Shani, getting 22 of just 7 deliveries, setting the tone of the innings. And Jitesh, looking to consolidate the proceeding in the batting department, is batting quite efficiently at the moment, 14 of 11. And Shubin Babu is batting on 1 of 7 deliveries, and he can afford to take 7 deliveries because the kind of start that they got in this match. Shoaib Khan was taken for 18 runs, and Nasir Ahmad Khan taking 3 wickets for 17 in his 2 overs, and Anwar going for 6 in solitary over, 9 without a wicket for Nasir, and Salim bowling a solitary over with just conceding 3 runs.
Tell you what, Sabine has played at a very competitive level in India, Indian domestic cricket. A recognised batsman in domestic cricket, is known to hold the innings together and also provide the impetus when needed. At the moment, he's only batting on 1, but obviously he knows he doesn't really need to do anything out of the ordinary to bring Legend CC home.
55 for 3. Anwar into second over from the QCA end. This time hits it on the right with extra cover inside the circle. Will want travel to the boundary. There will be a couple of runs here. 21 to win now. How many overs will they take to reach this target?
I feel they should get there in another 3 overs. Not more than that, I think. They shouldn't really take more than that anyways. The white signalled, and they will steal a bye as well. I think the shoulders have dropped now from the Pak Afghan team. They probably know that it's gotten out of their hands, and it's not very good news for them and their fans, because they will be disqualified from this tournament if they lose this game.
They need some kind of inspiration in the fielding department, maybe an outstanding catch, maybe a couple of wickets in quick succession to inspire the confidence among the ranks to fight till the end. Edge is found just away from keeper's reach. $18 more runs to win in 3.4 overs. How quickly they can do it. Need to think about net run rate as well. We'll find many teams competing with 2 points each. Stroked away, elegantly struck. Brilliant fielding. Prompting cheer from the crowd as well.
Yeah, the crowd's still behind them. They still want them to win this contest. It might be a bit optimistic, but weirder things have happened in cricket.
Wasn't a great performance with bat in hand. All out for 77, first team to be dismissed within 10 overs. It took only 8.5 overs, bowling out for 77. This time it's gone high. The fielder on the boundary cannot do anything. You can put 25 fielders inside that boundary, but still it would go for 6.
Yeah, it was high and it was handsome as well. He just stood there and admired what he had just done.
6 on the verge of victory here. Is looking to finish in this, maybe next over should be the target, finishing within 8 overs, 67 for 3. Drifting down the leg side, that's a poor delivery, and the fielder can't do anything about it. It's gone for 4 and 4 wides.
Yeah, they're planning to go home early, our Pak Afghans. That was a nothing delivery, really. Way down the onside. And an indication that they are throwing in the towel now, and it might be over much earlier than we'd anticipated.
2 matches scheduled for tomorrow as well, starting at 6:30 Qatar local time. Again, not learning, conceding another boundary. 4 wides again, back-to-back boundaries. That's the situation. 77 for 3. 1 run required to win. Can they finish in this over? It's down the leg side. It's going fine. It's gone fine for 4. 3 back-to-back 4 wides down the leg side, and it's victory for the team legends. And they give themselves a great chance to qualify for the playoffs. And Pak Afghans already knocked out of the tournament. Favorite team coming into the tournament, but they've been knocked out of the tournament now.
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame for the position they are in right now. Have a look at those 3 deliveries in this over. It was a big indication that they were throwing in the towel. Well, you've got to do better than that. Got to compete till the last moment, not just abjectly surrender. And yeah, that batting card over there. Jitesh scoring 21 of 13, and earlier Shani scored 22 of 7, scoring at a high strike rate, making sure that he provides his team with a good start up front. Subin, he only managed 4, but he made sure that he protects the wicket from one end.
But Mr. Extra has the highest runs into this innings, 26, 25 runs in the previous match as well. So bowlers spraying the ball around, though Nasir taking 3 wickets in solitary over to change and bring about some semblance to the unit, 3 for 17. And Anwar going for 29 in 1.4 overs, and Salim bowling 1 over for just 3 runs. 1 over going for 18 was Shoaib Khan. So never quite in the business of preventing the opposition from crossing over. So it's been a comprehensive victory for the team legend CC. Pak Afghans winning the toss, batting first. They managed 77, were bowled out inside 9 overs. Salim getting 41 at the top of the order of 20 deliveries, and Nasir contributing 7. Shobiz getting 4 wickets for 4 in 1.5 overs, and 4 for 3 in 1 over for Nasir Ahmad, and 3 wickets for 16 in 2 overs for Adnan. Rather, 3 wickets for 4 for Shani, and 4 wickets for 4 for Shobiz. That's the telling performance in the bowling department in the chase. They lost wickets, 3 wickets from the 3rd over. Apart from that, there was no scare given to the Legends Cricket Club to not reach there, and they reached there with the help of 26 extras and 22 at the top of the order coming in from the blade of Shani. And so it's been a comprehensive performance with bat and bowl. Legends CC winning by 7 wickets inside 9 overs. Plenty of boundaries struck in the first 2 overs.
Right, so we started off in the first over of Nasir, it was, with that pull down to the square leg. A fantastic way to get things rolling. Legend CC. And then there was a wonderful shot straight down the ground, clearing that inner ring, and the ball rolling away, a few bounces into the rope. And they're absolutely jubilant at this stage as Nasir came on to ball again. A classical left-hander's shot, a cut up and over, no intentions of keeping it down, evading the fielder. That was another boundary earlier on in this innings within the power play. And on that occasion, that was a classic shot, really finding the gap, minimum of effort and maximum results. That was the tone of this innings for sure. They batted technically correctly throughout, and a bit of rub of green as well, going their way as that ball flew past the outstretched hands of the fine third man, short third man rather, and that was probably the pick of the shots, the shot of the match, in my opinion. Head over the ball, finding the gap. It's copybook cricket, and that's what the Legend CC believe in, I'm sure, as we head on to watch the sixes that were hit in this innings.
The pull shot through the onside. They love playing these pull shots. In excellent position to play that shot, picking the length early and then smoking it through the onside for a six through the onside. And then again, giving a bit of room to himself and then hammering it straight down the ground. Great timing, taking the ball over the boundary. Quite good with those shots. And in between, they lost wickets as well. All the wickets coming in single over number 3. After getting up to a flying start. So how did they get the wicket? With the deliveries aimed at the stumps. Just trying to work through the onside to a delivery which was keeping low and holding its line as well. Was found in front. And then short lifting delivery outside the stump. He did not wait for umpire's signal. Just a faint nick through to the keeper. And then the third wicket. The best delivery in the game. Getting his line and length spot on. Angle into the batter. Pitching in line and holding its line to a full length delivery. There should have been different stroke, but he wanted to whack it through the onside and was found in front. All the 3 wickets falling in single over. The over number 3 of the championship, reaching there with quite a comforting note that they have registered a victory by 7 wickets to push the net run rate as well. Pak Afghans winning the toss and bundled out for 77 with 12 extras. Salim getting 41 of 20, setting the tone in the innings. They were around 50 in 5 overs, but then total batting collapse for Pak Afghans, all out for 77 in 8.5 overs. 4 for 4 for Showbiz and 3 wickets for 4 runs for Shani, doing the bulk of the damage, and Subin contributing with 3 wickets for 16. Indeed, he was the one who brought about change in momentum, taking those wickets in the 4th over when he was introduced after the completion of the mandatory power play overs. Legend CC getting there in 6.4 overs, 78 for 3, and major help coming from extras. Mr. Extras 26, 22 from the blade of Shani at the top of the order of 7 deliveries, and Jitesh a composed innings of 21 of 13 deliveries, and Nasir Ahmed taking 3 wickets for 17, and Salim getting just conceding 3 runs in solitary over. So that's been a commanding, outstanding victory for the team. Legend CC winning by 7 wickets here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. 2 matches scheduled for tomorrow as well, starting at 6:30 local times. The tournament getting in towards the business end, and we expect plenty of fireworks. Also, how the pitches will behave, it will be enticing to see how batsmen and bowlers adapt to the changing nature of the pitches here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. Ooredoo presents QCA Ramadan T10 Cup 2022, the first edition of the tournament. Total of 16 teams participating over the course of 16 days. Total of 31 league matches and a final scheduled on 22nd of April here at this historic venue, an international venue, the Asian Town Cricket Stadium, recently hosting Afghanistan in ICC One Day Super League as well against Netherlands, which was won by Afghanistan in a close contest. But the quality of pitches has certainly improved in this competition. Pace and bounce, and fast bowlers certainly enjoyed the conditions out here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. So victory for the team Legends CC, and chasing it down in 6.4 overs. A complete performance with bat and bowl in hand from the Legends 11. Let's take a short break, and then we will have Mikhail Vaswani conducting the post-match presentation.
get that win, and this means they're languishing at the bottom of the points table. Legends, though, for this matter, put up a very fine bowling performance to bowl out the opposition to only 77 runs, and in the end they made little work out of the chase, but not before a stutter in the middle as well. Nevertheless, they pocket 2 points, and in the process they've also given them a realistic chance of making it to the quarterfinals as well. It's been 2 low-scoring encounters we've seen today, but fair to say the teams who've held their nerves have managed to go across the line as well. In the presentation, we would like to call upon the losing captain first up, but in his place we have Mr. Shoaib coming us and giving us a lowdown on the team's performance from Pak Afghan. शोएब 2 मैचेस खेल चुके हैं आप, दोनों में हार अभी थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट लग रहा है. इस मैच में क्या हुआ, रन्स नहीं बन पाए आपके?
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम सर जी, बस पहले 4 ओवर में हमारा 49 रन्स था, हम सही जा रहे थे, लेकिन बीच में आफ्टर 5th ओवर थोड़ा सा कोलैप्स हुआ बैटिंग में, और हमारा टारगेट था 120, लेकिन बैटिंग नहीं हुआ.
देखिए, आपके जो बैटिंग की जो हम लोगों ने स्कोर कार्ड देखी थी, पहले बैटर का स्कोर था 41, उसके बाद एक भी बैटर डबल फिगर्स में नहीं गया, दूसरा जो डबल फिगर्स था वो एक्स्ट्रास थे.
सही बात है, बस ये हमारी बैड लक थी बैटिंग के लिए. हमने फिर भी अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह अच्छी फाइटिंग की, और मैं अपने बॉयज़ को दाद देता हूँ इस चीज़ पे कि फिर भी फाइटिंग की है हमने.
डगआउट में क्या बात कर रहे थे, 77 ऑल आउट जब डिफेंड करने आ रहे थे, तो क्या प्लान था?
हमारा फिर भी सर जी बॉलिंग पे हमारा फोकस था, क्योंकि भरोसा था कि हम कर सकते हैं, और लेकिन फिर भी एक्स्ट्रा की वजह से लास्ट ओवर में जो हमने 15 आई थिंक एक्स्ट्रा दिए, तो उस वजह से हमारा, क्योंकि हम फिर भी फाइटिंग कर सकते थे इंशाल्लाह.
चलो, एक फाइनल गेम है, आई एम श्योर यू वांट टू एंड ऑन अ हाई.
इंशाल्लाह, थैंक यू.
That is Shoaib filling in for Captain Rahim Gul for Pak Afghan. Just the right time to call upon the captain of the winning team of Legends Cricket Club. Come along, Shobiz. Shobiz, you put up quite a show this evening.
Yeah, it was a great game. We did a great comeback. Almost like 4 overs, it was 45, and our boys showed the potential, like how they can bowl in tough conditions. They came back and did really well. I'm happy about the team's performance.
Winning by 7 wickets and 20 deliveries to spare, this will certainly boost your net run rate as well.
Exactly, that's what we were looking for. We lost the first game, now one more game in hand. So we need quite good run rate for qualifying for the next round. That's what we were aiming and targeting. I'm really proud of the boys, how they played this game.
Despite this win, one area you want to really rectify and work on going into the next match, because it's a must win for you.
It's each game is different, to be honest. It's T10, it's assessing the condition, adapting the situation. That's what we are looking for here. Exactly. Maybe the next game won't be the same as this.
Right, so. Shobiz, we will not let you go anywhere. I'll tell you why. Just the right time to also call upon Mr. Christopher Raja, who is the member of the organizing committee from the QCA, to put this league. He'll be giving away the medallion, and it goes to one man. That's Shobiz. What a fine bowling performance he's put across. 4 overs, beg your pardon, 4 wickets for 4 runs in 11 deliveries. Shani Abdul Rahman as well from Legends did well for 27 runs. Mohammad Salim Gul as well got 41 runs. But Shobiz, clearly you've done exceptionally well. All the very best for the coming games. You were brilliant.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, the captain walking away with the honours as player of the match as well. This has been an absolute wonderful effort put across by the Legends Cricket Club, and what they've done in the process is they've secured those elusive 2 points, and they've moved up the points table in Group D, and they may be just hoping now they can put it past the next team and move into the quarters as well. We've had another fine day of a double header this evening. We're heading into the festive mood of a weekend. Hope you all will enjoy it, but do join us tomorrow once again as we have another double header lined up as well. From all of us out here, good night and goodbye.